Hey everyone, welcome to my Let's Play of Horizon Forbidden West. So this is replacing our last Let's Play, which was Spider-Man 2. And I'm very excited for this one. I'm very excited. This is a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, which I started off kind of meh on, but ended up growing to love as it went along. It got so much better. And I've heard that this game is just insanely better than the last. So, yeah, we're just going to get right into this and see what we have in store. We have a PS4 disc, but we're using the PS5 upgrade. I'm borrowing the disc from my friend, so it's just what I got. So, yeah, obviously text language English, speech and movie English. Okay. I don't think I have that, so we're just going to go with contrast. So we could go super high contrast or super low. Default is 50. For the sake of YouTube, let's bring it up to 60. Just to be safe. Colorblind mode, I don't need that. I don't have color blindness to any degree, so don't really need that. Subtitles. Definitely want subtitles on. Standard is probably good. We don't really need, like, extra large or anything. I don't think we need the background either, so I think we'll be fine. I like that they have these options right off the bat, though. So I know nothing in regards to the story of this game compared to the first. All I know is the Forbidden West was mentioned multiple times in Zero Dawn.
Through a lifetime.
Oh, Silence is narrating. Okay. Lance Reddick.
One question consumed me. How did our world come to be?
We found that out in the last game. We had an apocalypse that straight up wiped out all life on Earth.
Perished 1,000 years ago.
Yep.
Triggering the extinction of all life.
Yeah, not just humans, all animals, all plant life, all life, period.
She showed me how it was reborn.
Yep. We found out how life came back to be.
Ignorant of her own importance.
Thanks to Dr. Sobek.
I learned that life was only saved through a technological miracle.
Yep.
Zero Dawn. A terraforming system composed of 9 subordinate functions. Each playing its part to reshape Earth from a barren rock to a lush landscape.
And including the machines, too. Can't forget
Tended
those.
and protected by the machines.
Yep. Who eventually went mad thanks to Hades.
And with her, I learned the deepest secret.
She's a clone!
The secret of her birth.
She is a clone of Dr. Elizabeth Sobek.
That she is a clone of Elizabeth Sobek, Zero Dawn's creator.
The best of humanity.
A new extinction. Driven by Hades, a malevolent AI. Given sentience by a mysterious signal of unknown origin.
Yep.
And with a little help from me.
Oh, yeah, you helped a little bit.
She prevailed
while you weren't being sassy.
City of Meridian.
Hell yeah, Meridian. I love Meridian. I love the Carja. The Carja are the best. Fuck the Nora.
As she has been, now I must leave her behind. For she strives to put right what Hades sundered. I have made a new discovery.
Yeah, the Metal Devil.
One that heralds both destruction.
I forgot what they're actually called. They have an actual
opportunity.
name. So Silence is definitely going to be a problem in this one, isn't he? So yeah, we don't have the DLC right now, but I've heard that the DLC, unlike in the first game, takes place after the main story. In the first game, the DLC took place, like, almost at the end, but not quite. So we can wait until we finish this to get the DLC. Are there any other settings we want to figure out here? I think we'll probably go with normal stuff for right now. I don't really think we need any, how much time slows down with... You know, that's actually a fairly question. You can go, like, really slow with that. I'm gonna go with normal for now. We can adjust this as we go. So, control should be fine. Audio should be fine. We already figured out the subtitle stuff. Visual. We can do performance or resolution. I think we're just going to stick with what it is naturally. And we shouldn't need any accessibility things. Shouldn't be any issue with that. And again, anything we can change as we go through. Trying to find something though. Unless that was an accessibility, I just missed it. Okay, I guess not. I was looking for what is it called? Difficulty options, but it does not seem to be in there, interestingly enough. Let's just go to new game then. Oh, here's where we choose difficulty, okay. So, we have all these difficulties. I think for now, we're gonna play on normal, but knowing me, we might have to play, bring it down a little bit. I'll just tell you right off the bat, I'm not, like, the best with these kind of games, just personally. And I prefer to enjoy the story and the gameplay without having to worry about dying constantly. So we're going to start on normal. If we have to bring it down to easy, we should be good to do so. Story, I don't think we'll need to bring it down to. But we're going to start with normal. Assistance. Explorer guided. Okay, so we can look at the world to find our way with minimal HUD information. Markers or icons on screen to assist you. So, with guided, we have... It tells us where things are, which is kind of how it was in the first game, right? There's markers, icons that will be on the screen that'll tell us. I think that's what we want. I don't feel the need to do Explorer. Like, I like to explore, but I feel like that's fine. It's not a big deal. Autosaves take place frequently as you progress. Manual saves may be made at campfire. So same as the last game. God, this is beautiful. Look at those watchers. Ooh, we got a big boy out and about too. I wonder what kind of new machines are going to be in this one. Because we're going into a new area, the Forbidden West, so I assume there's going to be new machines. Tall necks are one of my favorites. I also like long legs. They're just funny little birds that scream at you, and that's hilarious to me. I mean, I wouldn't call them little. They're like ostrich-sized, but still.
I'm running out of time, Elizabeth.
Running out of time for what? Oh, okay.
People are suffering. Soon.
Is this just happening everywhere? We stopped Hades last time.
All
Is
because
something
of a
still happening?
terraforming system that's spiraling out of control.
Okay, so things are still going bad then.
And
Okay.
only I can fix it. Only I have your genetic code.
Now
It
here's
won't be long before we hit the point of no return.
here's the thing to note. I don't use mounts much.
Extinction.
I'm probably gonna play similarly to
searching
how
for
I played in
months
the
for
first
what I
game, and
need.
I don't use mounts much.
A backup.
I don't
gun.
enjoy using
The
mounts.
AI
I like to
designed
run
to
around
control
and
the system.
explore that way. I apologize for the dog. Someone's delivering a package.
That comes to nothing.
Okay.
Every night, I have the same.
Oh, I
dream.
thought we were gonna start playing right there. It looked like it could have been like that kind of moment. She'll shut up in a moment once the FedEx guy leaves.
I'm walking under a brilliant night sky, through a field of flowers.
Okay.
And when I arrive at the center, I see you, Elizabeth.
Interesting. Isn't that the seat we found
Waiting for
her
me.
remains on at the end
Even
of
though
the
you've
first
been
game?
dead for 1,000 years. You're the closest person I've ever had to a mother.
I mean, basically, yeah. Unless you want to count Rost. I barely count Rost as a father, though, to be fair.
And for a moment, I feel whole.
I feel like I'm one of the few people who don't like Rost.
But it never lasts.
Okay. Some kind of vision thing going on here? Is this something that was coded into you when you were cloned? Well, when you were born as a clone. Or is it just an actual vision? Maybe it's just an actual vision.
I'm always left alone.
So I read before somewhere that I think this takes place like 6 months after the first game.
This world is your legacy, Elizabeth.
I think. I'm
I
not
won't let it
100%
slip
on that.
away.
I don't know if it'll say exactly.
The valley below is my only remaining lead. My last hope to find the backup.
The backup.
I'll do whatever it takes to get it. I promise.
Okay. So we're seeing her in the middle of an already existing journey. And we're only getting some of the context. Oh!
Varl?
Yeah! He grew a beard.
If it isn't Aloy.
Hell yeah,
Savior
Varl.
of Meridian, anointed of the Nora.
You know I hate being called that.
She does hate being
Well,
called that stuff.
consider it a punishment for running out on us the very same night we
Oh.
beat Hades.
Interesting.
I grew up an outcast. Remember, I'm not much for parties.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That one was in your honor. Just saying.
Yeah, but she
So-
went to go see Elizabeth, right?
What are we
So-
doing? Must be urgent since you left so fast. Delving into ancient ruins?
I like the beard. Looks nice on you, Varl.
Or maybe it has something to do with the Blight.
The Blight. That makes sense.
Both, actually.
That's what we're
But,
calling it. Okay.
I should.
Oh no. I've been tracking you a long way. It's okay. After everything you've done to help Lenora and my family, I swore an oath to help you, no matter what.
Yeah, you trust in your
stuck with
friends,
me now.
Aloy.
Like bark on wood.
He's your friend. You can trust in him. He's one of the Nora that we actually like. There's not many of those.
Okay. But if you're going to come with me, you'll need to be able to see what I
Oh,
see.
we're gonna give him a focus? Oh shit, okay.
A focus. Never thought I'd get your second sight.
Oh, that's cool. So is Varl gonna be
I'll
a
give you
bigger
another
character
one
in this
later.
game?
Show you how to back up your data.
Ah, nice.
Data.
Information on the device.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've got a lot to cover. I'll have to explain everything as we go.
Okay. Ooh, restricted access. That sounds fun. God, that's gonna be wild for him to experience.
You see like this all the time?
Yeah.
Since I was a little girl. Come on.
So I assume we're not gonna have Varl with us the entire journey.
Shall we?
And yeah, if you're wondering, the first game had a long cutscene at the beginning to open it up too. There are cutscenes throughout, some of them longer than others.
All right. I got a couple of scrapes on the way here. We should find some medicinal plants. Stock up.
Yep.
So it's time for your first lesson with the focus.
Sounds good. Let's get started.
Okay. Oh, jeez. There's a bug. Okay, so I'm still playing as her. I'm not playing as him here.
These
So we have
plants
to
don't look
gather
like the ones in the
medicinal
Sacred
skybrush.
Lands.
The focus helps you see the ones we need.
Like these. So
There.
triangle
Those
together.
plants by the stream should do the trick.
It's been a little bit since I played the first one, so it might take me a moment to get everything. Yeah. It seems like the controls are mostly the same. Gather with triangle. We have our menu down here. Currently, we only have rocks and healing, so we can tap to heal.
Bitter?
Yeah, well, at least they make you feel better.
Our health bar is going to
Alright,
get longer
we
as
should
it
keep
goes,
going.
by the way.
Might want to grab more of these plants along the way.
Oh, yeah. So you
Yeah.
can see how much, we have a number for our medicinal plants this time. Looks like instead of, like, carrying, like, certain amounts, like, oh, you get 20% to your medicine, you just carry a certain amount of berries. It's like, oh, you can hold 10 berries at a time, probably increase that. So it's not a percentage thing. Because last time we had a bar on the screen under the health bar, that was our healing bar. And that's how much berries we currently had saved up, and we could increase the amount of healing bar we had. So yeah, in this one it seems like we just have an amount that we can increase. Okay. Excuse me, Varl. Want to gather all that we can. Now this is something that you're going to get used to as we play, because this is how I played in the first game as well. I gather and explore a lot. So it's like I'm going to be gathering stuff constantly. I'm not someone who just like goes with the flow and stuff. And only gathers sometimes, or only focuses on using potions. Tap X while moving from the vault onto obstacles. So can we climb anything now? We don't have to have those specific types of ledges like in the last game.
Those ruins. That's where we need to go.
Okay, so we can't climb stuff like that, at least not right now.
I see a few ways down.
So let's examine this blight.
The blight's infecting all the plants. It's changing them.
So is the blight some kind of fungal
If it
thing?
keeps spreading, nothing will grow.
Looks like it could possibly be fungal in nature.
What are we after exactly?
The backup? Well, it's an AI. It's,
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
Hard to explain that to someone who's
Think of it
living a
like
tribal
A
life.
set of instructions that can fix the vault.
I guess that's a way you can look at it. Oh, it's complicated for sure. Okay, so that's our goal over
Noticed
that
you're,
way. But let's go
traveling
this
light
way.
these days.
Yeah, I ran into some trouble on the way here. Just didn't find my gear.
Okay, so that's why we're starting over
Are
from
you gonna
zero.
jump? Go for a swim?
Tap circle for the apex to jump in the water, perform a swan dive. Oh, I want to try that. Oh, that's easy. Nice. Okay, so can we go underwater? Hold on. Yeah, we can actually go underwater this time. We couldn't do that in the last game. Definitely take all. Because ancient valuables can be sold. Okay, and we do have a water bar.
Down there?
That's pretty normal in a lot of video games. Where did we jump from? All the way up there? I think so. Okay, so let's just go over here. Now, having played the last game and having it not been too long ago, I should be okay at this. I know which way we have to go, but I'm looking around because, like I said, I like to explore and find stuff. Okay, so we can still scan. It looks a little different now, though. Nothing over here. But it's always good to check. We're in the early tutorial portion still, so we're not going to find too much. Most of this is going to be, like, kind of by the numbers. Now, there was a spot on the other side we could have swung down, or, come down on these as well. But I want to try that out. Especially once it popped up and said, oh, you can swan dive. Oh, hold on. I want to examine it. Where'd the prompt go? There we go.
This stuff spreads fast.
Looks like it, yeah.
6 months ago, the land was fine.
Okay, so it is 6 months. Cool, cool, cool. We do have that confirmation then. So this has just been popping up within the last 6 months. It's very new and very dangerous. So, where are we? Okay, I can't tell via this map. It's not connected to previous map stuff. Okay, so this is how our screen looks like this time. So yeah, ancient stuff like this we can sell. as it says there, used for selling for metal shards, which is our money. We also have our healing stuff, and I assume we'll get other categories in here as well. But yeah, ancient stuff is for selling. Ancient chimes, as you can see on the screen there, is keys. Ancient ring is, well, a ring. That one's easy. But yeah. We're going to have different outfits, different weapons. I like, though, how it explained that she lost all her materials. Special gear is interesting. We also have the legend up there that tells us, like, what each thing means. So you can see we have impact, which is range damage, tear, melee, explosive, so on. Adhesive, I think, is new. That one, I think, is a new one. Build up, I think, is new as well. Fire, Frost, Shock all existed before. Purge Water is new. Acid, no, Acid wasn't there before. I don't think so. Neither was Plasma. And Berserk, I think, is new as well. There used to be, like a play, or I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was, like, infected or something. There was, like, a special kind of enemy, basically. So this is our skill trees, I guess. We have different skill trees based on warrior skills, trapper, hunter, survivor. A lot more skill trees than last time. And we can go into the trees. Okay, that's different. See what each kind of thing gives us. Elemental Fury, and it gives us a little example of that. Right now, we don't have anything we can use for these. You can see that little red symbol there that says 1. That means we need 1 skill point to get this. And you can see the same symbol in the top right. We have 0 currently. Which, of course, we do. We get those as we level up. Here's our quest log. So we have active, main, side, errands, jobs, and then there's going to be other stuff based on types of quests we can get. And then a notebook will tell us what kind of machines we've seen, character bios, which, as you can see, we have Varl, a warrior from the rustic Nora tribe. His mother Sona is the tribe's war chief. We have Elizabeth Sobek, who is the person we're cloned after, and the creator of Project Zero Dawn. Just amazing person. Gaia is the artificial intelligence of Zero Dawn. Travis Tate was the alpha of Hades, which was the bad part of Zero Dawn that ended up going rogue. Also, he was apparently one of the most wanted criminals on the planet, so yeah, kind of didn't go well having him hired in. We have Hades itself, the subordinate function responsible for emergency reboots that purged emerging biospheres that became non-viable for life and the continuation of life and all. It ended up going rogue, and that's what caused the problems last game. Ted Faro was pretty much the reason the apocalypse was happening in the first place. He's a businessman and whatnot who basically created these self-replicating robots called the Pharaoh Plague that ended up basically turning on their creators and destroying the world. Which is why Elizabeth Sobek had to create Zero Dawn in the first place, to restart the world after the Pharaoh Plague erased it from existence. Rost was our father figure in the last game. He was basically adopted us. We were given to him and everything. He was an outcast by choice. We were an outcast from birth, and we were kind of put together. And Silence is the guy from the very beginning cutscene. He is a scholar, sage, and warrior. He's supposedly Banuk, but we don't know for 100% certain. And his entire thing is knowledge above all else. He's not an empathetic person. He doesn't care about people's lives or whatnot. All he cares about is knowledge. And so he's kind of a bad guy, but he's also helped us out a lot. We have collectibles. So we're going to have different types of collectibles like in the last game. Data points, which will give us information. Game progression stats, other stats, and tutorials, which we don't really need. Or at least I don't really need.
Box.
Salvaging machine carcasses as usual. And there they go.
Looks like I left a carcass behind.
So yeah, we're in a post-apocalyptic world 1,000 years after the events of the literal extinction of everything on Earth. And so you're going to see a lot of, like, broken down, like, stairways like this and machines like tanks and planes. But everything currently is very tribal in nature.
Better take a closer look.
So most of the world you're going to see is tribal. Okay, so we just got Ridgewood. Ridgewood is made to create, or is used to create arrows and whatnot. I collected so much goddamn Ridgewood in the last game. Like, my sister was even shocked by it. She's like, why are you collecting all these thousands of pieces of Ridgewood? It's like, because it's useful. It does take up a lot of inventory space, though.
There's a ladder, but can't reach it from here.
So that's going to be a notable thing. Real quick, I want to actually check that with the inventory. So, resources. Okay, so this is listed in ammunition resources. I don't know how much spaces we're going to have for resources, but it looks like Ridgewood now stacks at 100. I don't remember what it stacked at last time. And ancient stuff seems to stack at 250, while berries, right now at least, stack at 24. So we do have certain limits for everything, but those usually can be increased as we go along.
A well-placed arrow can't knock free. Just have to
So,
the lock.
let's check the machine carcass. Looks
Someone
like
took
a...
down this machine
What is
recently.
this?
Who else would come here?
Not a Strider, right? Maybe a
Better
Strider.
craft some arrows of our
I'm trying to
own.
remember all the names.
There might be trouble ahead.
Good thing we already picked up some Ridgewood.
We did. I like that. It actually touched on the fact that we already did
All
that.
right. Now to craft some arrows.
So, we can press L1 to craft arrows. This brings up our weapon wheel, which I think we have more slots than we did in the first game. No, maybe not. I think maybe we had 6 slots. Maybe? Anyway, so we can bring this up, or we can craft from the menu. This is a faster way to craft while you're on the go. You can have up to 20 arrows on the hunter bow. So we just move up to it and hold X to craft. You craft in chunks of 10. As you can see, they take metal shards and ridgewood.
Done.
Me too. Arrows ready.
So I'm going to get some more ridgewood since it's over here. Always gather. That's my motto in this game. Always gather. Oop, careful. I want that too. If you see stuff in the wild and you're not full on it or whatnot, always gather. It is always useful. You never want to go without it, especially if it's really important stuff. Okay, so like yellow ladders and stuff we'll be seeing throughout the world here is stuff we can usually climb, but this seems too high. Even though it shouldn't be, we can easily reach that. So, do we need Varl's help? Oh, we need to shoot that down. That was what the arrow was about, right? Oh, hold on, let's make sure I aim. Yeah.
After you.
That's why we need to collect arrow, that's right. So that's how you shoot. Just to show it off a little again. So we hold R2, and this brings up our aim. Now to notch an arrow, we hold we hold L2 to aim. Hold L2 to aim, R2 to notch an arrow. To let go of it, you release L2. You don't release R2 because once you do that, it shoots. But either way, to climb, we just jump towards that. Really simple.
By the goddess. What was this place?
Once upon a
I
time?
don't know. The transmission... The, message I found.
Very fancy,
Didn't
that's what I
say.
can tell you.
Tell me that a backup might be here.
Some kind of laboratory or
We need to
something?
find a way in.
Okay, so we got something called Goldthorn Pepper. That's new. And that is a food resource. Okay, so we have food in this one. We didn't have food last time. We use this to purchase food from cooks and sediments. So this is money, basically. Goldthorn peppers are basically money for food. But I think it's more of the case that we just hand it in and they make food with it. So food resources will be ingredients we can make food with. Okay. Once believed to be poisonous after an Oseram Elderman suffered a violent allergic reaction. Okay. I love peppers, by the way. So I would eat the shit out of those. I love spicy peppers, especially.
Well, there was a fuss when people realized you were gone. But then
Yeah.
some of us figured you only would have left if it were for something important.
True.
You're right about that.